So the last tutorial I gave you, set you a challenge. Did you manage to do it? If so, let me know how difficult you found it. And for those of you who didn't, don't worry, I'll show you how I did this. So the challenge was to see if you could rotate this platform one as well. So to do that, all you have to do is use the same code that we've already got, change the object name from my rectangle to platform 1, rotation is equal to, and then change that to platform 1 as well. Hit save, and we've got the platforms rotating. Now if you want to change the rotation and make it go in the opposite direction, instead of having +1, you just do -1, and it should move anti-clockwise. As you can see, that's working great. Okay, so what we're going to do now in the rest of the tutorial, we're going to add an on touch event. So instead of the circle just dropping, I want to only add physics to the circle when the user touches the circle or touches the coin. So let's start this up. That's how we want it to start. We want it to, every time you press the circle, then it should fall. Okay, so I'm just going to clean up this code first of all. I'm just going to remove the code from here, and I'm going to place it into the first line of code, similar to what we've got here, just to make things a little less, just to create some more space really. This was useful when we first started out and we were learning about code, but now you know how it works. We don't need to write out platform 1 for each and every single property we want to change. We can just put it all in the top, and that's exactly the same thing anyway. It's X, Y, width and height, and if we save that, you'll see it looks exactly the same, but we've got a little bit more space now. Okay, so let's move on to the adding an object touch. So to do that, we need to create, we need to type out my circle, and we want to add a listener to this as well now. We want to add an event listener, except this isn't going to be an enter frame one. This is going to be a touch event listener, and every time the person touches it, we're going to call a function, and we're going to create that function, and we're going to call that function object touch. Now we haven't got that function on the screen yet, but we're going to do that now. So let's type local function, and the name of that function is going to be called on object touch, which is exactly what we've got here. And then we're going to open up the brackets, and we're going to type event, and then we're going to type end. So now every time you touch the circle, my circle, it calls this object. So what are we going to do? What we're going to do is we're going to have this line of code in here, and that should work. But the one thing is, when you have touch events, it's important that you have, there's different phases to touch events. There's phases such as when the person first touches the screen, when they let go of the screen, when they hold the screen. So we need to say which phase we're on, and we can get that phase data from the event of when they first touch the screen. So what we're going to do is, don't worry about this code. This is just something you have to put in for now. We'll explain if statements later on. So if you just copy and paste this code, just copy it out as I'm doing it. What you really want to focus on more than anything is if you understand that when the object is touched, this line of code is going to be called, which is make the circle dynamic. That's what you want to understand. Don't worry about this stuff for now. Just understand that this needs to be written. It needs to be inside this function for it to work. And then we're going to hit save, and we're going to see if that works. So fingers crossed this works when I touch this. There we go, it's worked. Brilliant. So now we've got on touch event for our circle. We can reload that, and again you can see it only falls down when I hit the circle. Brilliant. So that's that for this tutorial. Hopefully you managed to follow along. Like it if you did, leave a comment, and of course subscribe if you still haven't done so. Keep playing, keep coding, and keep growing.